Welcome to episode 100 of Clairvoyaging. Wayfeather Media presents Clairvoyaging.
We did it.
Hi, guys.
We did it.
We made it.
They said we couldn't do it.
Everyone said it.
Every single person said we couldn't do it.
You will not make it to episode 100.
You know what? We almost didn't do it. I'm surprised we made it.
That's not true. Here we are.
How's it going, everybody?
Hi. What a celebration. I don't know.
Wait.
It feels like a big
what?
deal, right? What a celebration. Where's the clapping? Ah!
All right.
Are you guys tired of those two sound effects?
We've had two sound effects for 3 years.
Wow. Well, welcome to it, guys. Frank's got a little something that he prepared.
Yeah, we're going to skip all announcements and stuff today, and we're just going to get right into it. So, here we go. Guys, welcome to our 100th episode. We did it!
Woohoo!
If this is your first episode you're ever hearing, we've always been this smart with no help.
Oh, yeah.
So, recap of where we started and how we got here. In 2023, we found out our daughter was psychic. Spoiler alert. If you want more information on that, go check out episode 99. We said it was our niece, Gwen. We lied.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was to protect her.
It was a nice way of protecting her.
It was a nice lie.
Some lies are necessary.
Anyway, we found out that our daughter Jean was psychic when she told a yard duty lady at school that her mother died before the lady even knew. No one even knew that the lady was sick. No one knew. The kids don't know. Listen, TK kids, they don't know this stuff.
No, a 5-year-old, she did not know that the yard duty's mom was sick.
Yeah.
And had died.
At the time, Lauren and I were just people just trying to get by in life. We got normal jobs. We had normal sadness.
Raising 2 kids.
Yeah.
Just getting by.
The big strug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then suddenly we were here facing a real non-sensationalized psychism from our kid, who is obviously too innocent to make this shit up.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the facts are the facts. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. If you open up the drawer,
but you got to pay the tax?
The cheese tax.
I hope they know the cheese tax song.
Go Google the cheese tax song. It's about dogs, okay?
But we digress.
I didn't digress. That's written in the script here.
Okay, great.
Okay. So daughter's psychic suddenly. We looked up information but came up slim, and we decided to start a podcast to learn everything we could and create the resource that we wish we had access to. So within a few episodes, we learned the concept of that everyone is actually psychic, but we've all been just too busy and a little too sad to notice. Turns out the process of developing your psychism is a combination of reprogramming your internal belief systems through processing trauma and releasing limiting internal beliefs and societal pressures, which I don't know if you've been alive for as long as I have, but the world kind of feels like it's always pushing back on you, right?
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's more to say on that later, but let's move on.
Okay.
Also, important note, the thing that you might be hiding from the world, your little insecurities and stuff that you don't want anyone to see, right? That actually might be the access point to your innate psychism and your true authenticity. For example, I was an ex-punk rocker in corporate work for 20 years. Make that make sense. That punk angst was always a part of my real world journey. How do I know that? Because I know now that I'm here to break illusions when the system fails us, not to comply with self-righteous a-holes in advance, and to help people learn how to aggressively support themselves and the people around them. Lauren here, for example, grew up with abandonment issues that led to a life of pleasing people as she slowly made herself smaller and smaller to accommodate everybody else.
I did this.
She did that.
Covered. Yeah.
So Lauren's out there making herself smaller and smaller, right? But surprise, she's actually here to empower people, guide them to heal their insecurities, relocate their joy, and crank that shit up to 11 as they re-enter society and be a force to be reckoned with.
Let's go.
Yeah. So listen, we started off with this journey just wanting to know more about ghosts and
Right.
and now we're here with a whole ass show where we're publicly airing out our traumas, our healing, and our complete unexpected plot twist as we launched into spiritual coaching.
Yeah. Who knew?
Yeah. Who knew?
Who knew?
Now that we're doing that, we're hoping that you can go be your own plot twist, which is a hat now for sale on the Clairvoyaging merch store. I published it like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I put it on a hat.
Oh, be the plot twist?
Be the plot twist, it says.
I love that.
Yeah.
Go buy a hat.
If you want. It hasn't always been easy juggling this real-time journey with a podcast schedule, but in retrospect, none of this was actually optional. It needed to happen, and maybe it was always going to happen, depending on your view of how reality assimilates itself.
Yeah.
We were at risk of living the rest of our lives according to a playbook that was handed to us by the most boring authoritarians the world has ever seen. But my point is that I'm pretty sure the universe didn't go through the whole trouble of getting us all born, survived, and to this very moment so that we could play it safe and fall into line. We're all here to open up a can of whoop astral projection.
You heard that.
And leave the world better than we found it. The truth is, the spiritual and healing community can be kind of sleepy and limp. But team, my Voyagers, look around you. Look what's going on. We all see it. A world that's screaming for what you have to offer, which is your healthy, joyous, enthusiastic power. It's not just open to you as a potential consideration. It's swiping right on you so hard that the phone flies out of its hand and sticks into the drywall.
That's powerful.
It's kind of weird. The world's a little horny for you.
The world is looking to get down.
Licking its chops.
The universe is saying, you up?
No. Sources all got pics. If you've been with us for a while, you're ready to get out there, not just as a healed individual or someone in the middle of their healing journey, but as an agent of healing for others too. So how do you do that? You know, you can't make someone sit down and watch 100 episodes of a podcast that's like 90% fart jokes and like expect to come out the other end like feeling good and ready to tackle the world. So what did we do, Lauren?
What did we do?
What did we do? You want me to tell them?
What have we done?
What have I done?
You say it.
All right, I'll say it. Over the past few years of chatting with the pros, we've created what we feel is a great way to navigate the world. We want to share this so that you have an organized way of thinking about it so you can share it with other people. We've been calling it the Clairvoyaging Method, but you can take it and run with it and do whatever you want with it. You don't have to use our brand or our name, but that's just what we're calling it, right? The purpose of the Clairvoyaging Method is to identify trauma, tame it, and then lean into your own inner authority to create a more authentic and joyous life. The fun side effect is that it might actually make you more intuitive. It did for me. You?
Ha ha ha.
Indeed. Why is Lauren a cartoon villain during this bit?
It's really great to just react to things that you wrote, and I didn't read it first.
No, I asked you a real question. But did you?
Oh, but
No,
did I?
I really-
You'll find out next episode. No.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm more intuitive.
Well, I'm pretty sure you sold everybody with that.
And throw the headphones,
Yeah.
walk out the door.
Done. Mission accomplished.
Yes. In the form of like connected knowledge.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You've done that.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah.
All right. Then me, I think I just cry more, but let's go.
You do. Oh, you guys, hold on a second. Frankie does cry a little bit more. Frankie, okay. Frank and I have been together coming up on 16 years. Did you know that? Isn't that's pretty great, right? And I've seen him cry maybe like twice. He gets real teary-eyed and like very like sensitive and emotional, and it's really sweet. And it's only been in the last few months. And I appreciate it.
I hate it. But but it's part of it, right?
It's part of it.
I'm learning to love it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, my whole thing was always like, being overly sensitive, right? But that sensitivity is what has ended up making me like a pretty good coach. It's made me more attuned to what other people are feeling and thinking.
Yeah.
A little more sensitive. Maybe I definitely am like protecting my own energy now, more or less, like in who I'm spending time with.
But also
how much time I spend with people in general, like if they're a lot. Or just even if they're not a lot, I just have to protect that energy a little bit.
Yeah. And now I really can't hide how I feel around him because he feels it in his body. And it goes, wait a second, this isn't me, it's you.
Get better at discernment.
And then I have to talk about it.
I don't let her get away with it.
Yep.
That could also be 16 years of marriage, but I've tested it on other people too. I'm doing all right. I've got a magic now.
He's magic.
I always feel like all this, for me, this is like one of the softer clairs. Like it's not very evidential. I do want to eventually develop my evidential stuff. But yeah, leaning into this stuff has been very, and instead of avoiding it, it's been an incredible tool, not just for myself and my own comfort levels, but also to help other people navigate what they're feeling. Because sometimes people don't know, or they think over their emotions. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like they feel something and then they go logic on it,
tie a story to it.
Yeah, it's not necessary. Not necessary. You can just feel what you feel sometimes.
Yep,
guys, just feel what you feel.
Just feel what you feel.
It's sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we say like and it's just it's a byproduct of healing. And you're never healed like fully, like there's a day to day. Someone's going to like, you're going to stub your toe. Someone's going to step on your new slick J's, there will always be something that comes up that you go, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's not healed. Yeah. But the idea is that like you take this methodology and you feel like shit for a second, you run it sooner than later, right? It's like a program, right? It's like a protocol.
Yeah.
And you feel like shit, run it. And then you might come out the other end and be like, oh, thank God I didn't let that fester and get way worse over the years and dig myself into a hole of limiting beliefs.
Yep.
So that's the thing. We're going to explain the entire methodology right now real quickly, but I want to let you know that I am also going to make a nice PDF for you so you can have it. It's for free. It's going to be on our website at clairvoyaging.com/downloads. I made that site. There's nothing on it yet, but hopefully by the time this airs, it's going to be ready for you. If not, I put a little message there that says, whoops, I'm working on it. So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, you want to talk about what to do?
Let's talk about it.
All right. This is the most distilled version of all the knowledge we've gained from the pod. There's a lot of wiggle room for you to like fill in the stuff that that works for you and you feel like you might need.
Yeah.
And the point always is if you're going to use this to help other people, meet them where they're at. They might not be at the beginning stage, or they might not be they might not even be ready to talk about this, and that's fine. But
yeah.
Use your charisma and tell them sweet little lies and help them. Wait, is my chaotic good coming out right now?
It's a sweet little lie.
Lie to them until they're healed.
Trick them into being better.
Before we begin, I want to make sure that we give everybody steps 1 through 5 as a statement before we get into the details. Mm-hmm. And then we'll get into the details. So if you're going to hear nothing because your commute's about to end, here are the steps.
Okay. Step 1, interoception or body awareness. Use your body as a map to notice where an experience or emotion or trauma is being held. Step 2, emotional connection and healing. Name the feeling, connect it to a chakra, and use mantras or meditations to heal inner child wounds, integrate your shadow behavior, and practice self-forgiveness. Step 3, find your joy. Reconnect to what lights you up and realign your life toward what genuinely brings you joy. Step 4, real world integration, embodiment, and commitment. Bring this work into daily life through aligned choices, mantras, and meditations that empower you to bring your joy into the real world. Step 5, guide other people. Share this method so others can learn to heal themselves and trust their own inner guidance. So those are the quick notes for each of these steps, right? Do you want to get into it a little bit more, Frank?
Do you want to get into it a little bit more, Lauren?
Do you want to go into it a little bit more?
Lauren, do you want to go into it a little bit more now?
Because you know what?
What?
I have a 4-week workshop that goes over all of these steps in like a practical way. But because we don't like to gatekeep, we're not gatekeepers over here.
Hey, who doesn't like authority? I don't like authority.
Yeah, well, Frankie doesn't like, I don't like authority.
It's kind of like my thing.
I feel like it sounds like Beetlejuice.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, I don't like authority.
Hey, Toots, I don't like authority, man.
Okay, but so we're not keeping the gates here.
Nope.
Let me just tell you. Step 1, the interoception, there's ways where you just slow down and listen to your body. If you think of like one experience or emotion or a trauma, if you're not ready to go too deep into the trauma, then don't do anything that's like deeply uncomfortable. But think of one thing that you want to like, it sits somewhere in your body and you just like know it's in there and you want to heal it. Think of it and then go into a meditation and think about where it's living in your body. And
the nice thing is you don't have to think about anything. You just have to feel about it.
You have to feel it.
Yeah.
Right. So like, once you like really, if there's like, I don't know, maybe you had an uncomfortable conversation that like you still hold when you were 15 years old. And when you feel that feeling, is it in your throat? Is it sitting in your heart, your solar plexus? Like it's somewhere in your body. Acknowledge and understand where that is living.
The reason why we started here is because we really feel like your ability to feel your emotions is like probably the most accessible to the majority of people out there, the most accessible starting point.
Yeah.
So like, it can be your guide on what needs to be addressed. We're so used to avoiding how our bodies feel. Our entire society is maybe even built on it.
Yeah.
Don't feel, produce, right?
Yeah.
If it's not something that can be monetized, ignore it. We can't really do that anymore. Look where it's gotten us.
Yeah.
To not a great place. So yeah, this is step 1 for a very specific reason. Almost everybody has access to this.
Yes. So being aware of your body. And then once you locate where this is sitting in your body, use the chakra system to make the connection. That's step 2, emotional connection and healing. So now map that feeling to an associated chakra. Let's say this conversation from when you were 15 was really uncomfortable, right? Like we didn't like that conversation. That is sitting in your throat. Did you feel like you couldn't communicate? Did you feel like you couldn't speak your mind? Or, and has that feeling led you to have a self-limiting belief because now, since you were 15, you had this feeling of, I can't speak my mind without getting shut down in some way. And now you don't communicate how you feel, right?
Yeah. Another thing to mention is that that's one option. That's when the outside world in one way or another, or a person has actually inflicted upon you. A lot of people out there are dealing with their own guilt from something that they might have done that they're carrying with them, and they feel like it's going to be their doom forever. Something to note is that like this works for that as well. Whether your uncomfortable feelings are self-inflicted or inflicted upon you from an outside force, like you use the same methodology. It's fine.
Yeah.
You get in there, and even if you don't even need to necessarily subscribe to the chakra system. You just have to know where the pain is and then feel what the pain is saying.
Yeah. What's it telling you? What
is that emotion, right? And if you want to overlay the chakra system, then you can maybe get a little bit more information on what's going on or what could be the point of where this emotion started.
Mm-hmm.
And the beneficial thing of doing all this is that once you know where it started, you can start and you start to ease the pain a little bit. You can start to actually assess how you've built your life to avoid this feeling, mm-hmm. and what the other like maybe good feelings that you have been avoiding in the process, because sometimes you just throw out the baby with the bathwater, and that we're really worried that that baby might be your joy. For example, if that situation was a situation where somebody told you that you can't be something, or that you were bad at something, or that you weren't good enough in any kind of way, that thing that they might have told you you're not good enough at might be something that you absolutely love and you're supposed to be doing, right?
But you've shut it down for 20 years or whatever.
You threw out the baby with the bathwater. That might be the thing that you need to jump into to rediscover what that joy is, or what something that you love is, or it might be an important part of your journey. We can't ignore it.
So there are ways to move through these self-limiting beliefs using, we've learned a lot about this, right? Like if you've been listening to this podcast, mantras, meditations. There are meditations for self-forgiveness or inner child. Like, I remember Juan Francisco was one of our early guests, and he told me about like walking alongside his 4-year-old self and holding his hand and being the adult that he needed at that time. And I remember that being like a revelation for me, which kind of honestly has shifted like a lot of healing in the way that I talk to people about inner child healing. So there are so many ways to have healing exercises that work through these self-limiting beliefs that are tied to the feeling in your body where you're holding these traumas or these experiences or uncomfortable feelings.
I've done that particular practice a lot too, where I go back into a past memory but I rewrite the memory in a way where I now as an adult myself show up and I'm there to support myself through moments that I needed. There's a lot of different words for what this is, a lot of different terminology, but I'm not going to even name it anything right now. But it's such a powerful thing. And that's just one method you can use, right?
Yeah.
Also, another thing, I keep wanting to not ignore people who like might be, their self-limiting beliefs might be the result of their own personal guilt from something that they've done. If you have done, or you feel the urge to continue to do something that is harmful, right? To you or other people, you can go back into those moments and be there for yourself and be your own Jiminy Cricket, show up, be your own conscience. And then now, if that urge is still there to do whatever that was, you have to commit. You commit yourself to doing better. You commit you say that happened. I have practiced self-forgiveness and I commit that I will never do that again. Mm-hmm. It's an important part of self-limiting belief, right?
Yeah.
And the couple of outliers here, one of the outliers is grief. A lot of times managing your grief from the loss of a loved one or something, it just requires some time, but also a deepening your spiritual practice, right? You have to believe in something. Mm-hmm. It's very, very helpful, and it's the only way things get better. So, and that's also all right here.
Yeah. Going into step 3, we said find your joy. Right? This is where, so if you've done a lot of this, like the tough work, the stuff that you're just like, trudged up, went through all these difficult emotions and feelings and memories and like, I'm exhausted. Right?
Well, I mean,
you have watched us do this for 2.5 years.
Yeah. There have been a lot of emotional ups and downs.
Yes.
Ideally, steps 1 and 2 get you from feeling like poopy doop. And by the time you're done with step 2, you have reached some kind of neutral where you're ready.
Yeah.
Now I feel like that's where a lot of healing methodologies leave off. Like that's where they leave you. And that's nice, but guess what? There's more.
Yeah.
You're not done. You haven't re-entered the world in a way where you're going to be a complete badass now. And to be a proper, healthy badass, you have to have your heart full of joy for yourself and for the people around you even.
Yeah. So part of this is like really thinking about what did you love as a kid that like maybe you stopped doing, or what would help you get more aligned in your life? Like, man, I'm doing this job that like I was never made for this. This isn't something that I ever expected that I would do, and I'm sad that I'm doing it.
Can I give an example?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got into, like you said, like in my opening, I was a punk rocker, right? I got into corporate work because, turns out I believe now that the only way to make a living in this world is to struggle and hate everything. So I had a trauma where I told myself that I couldn't do what I loved and that I needed to have a hard time to do the right thing, right? And what did I throw out in the meantime? The amount of times I tried to quit making music and being creative. It was, and before we even started this healing journey, I told Lauren when we first joined a band together, I was like, I think this is my last go.
Yeah. Isn't that sad?
Isn't that sad?
It breaks my heart to hear, but especially because like you weren't even 30.
What I had done was I had used my trauma and I encapsulated my joy inside of it. And then I told myself I couldn't do it anymore. Right.
Yeah.
So literally, now what we're having you do is, now that we have maybe gotten back to neutral, now that we've really assessed and hopefully released some of these self-limiting beliefs, what was at the core of the heart of darkness in there? It might have been like, oh, it turns out I do like music. I want to make some fun stuff. Yeah. And that's great.
I recently, and I will have like more to say on this as we go into deep dives in the podcast in future episodes, but we moved to San Diego, right? And I told Frank, I miss musical theater. Like it's been a long time and it scares me, but like I want to do something that's musical theater-y. And then I found a thing that's literally called Inner Child Theater Camp. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's like where my joy is. Why would I not do that? So thinking about things that like you loved when you were a kid, why did you stop doing them? And what is stopping you from doing them now? Get back to it.
Do it.
Follow your joy. We like to say, are you jazzed?
Are you jazzed?
Do you want to do that thing? Does it make you excited? Are you jazzed about it?
Lauren kept calling the theater camp adult theater camp. And I was like, that super sounds like it's something that would be on the air after dark. you might want to just call it something else. But yeah, she came back jazzed. So
super jazzed. Yeah. So one more note to say about this is that turns out your joy has always been there and it's your most powerful tool.
That is a thing that is super important to note because a lot of people feel like they have to chase their joy. There's a chance. There's more than a chance. It is true that as soon as you have released your trauma, you released your fear, you allowed yourself to exist from a place of safety, that if you lay down for a minute and you relax and you focus on your body, you're going to notice that there is a radiating joy that lives inside of you already. You don't have to chase it. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there already.
Yeah.
We covered it up. So what happens when you take a couple breaths and you let that expand? Dude, could you possibly be the best version of yourself just by letting your joy take the wheel?
Yeah.
I think you could be.
I think you could be.
Well, I'd say that might be worth a shot.
Well, get on out there. Did you like throwing sticks? Did you like digging in the dirt?
Get out there and throw some sticks.
Did I say throwing sticks?
I don't know what you said, man.
Collecting sticks. Go out to the river.
Why did we just lose 100 years of evolution?
I don't know.
You want to play jacks? You want to play jacks with your cat Bojangle? Head on out there. Get on the street with your friends.
Hey, go catch a critter and set him loose.
Play a hopscotch with
little Jimmy. Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What a mess. See, we've found our joy again. Okay. Step 4 is real world integration. This is embodiment.
Another place where a lot of healing methodologies stop and leave you hanging.
Or that's where they start.
Oh, yeah.
They start there. They go embody you gotta embody what you want to be. And like, you're like, okay, I'm just going to wash over all the shit that I've been like trudging around for decades.
Oh, I've got thoughts on this. If you don't do the trauma and the shadow work, then what you end up with books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, written and published in 1937, that tell you to cover it up with absolute pure drive. We're going to talk about this in another episode.
Yeah.
And a drive and a deep, deep desire to.
We've got plans, guys.
To achieve. But what you're doing is you're overpowering your trauma. You're not going to realize as you go along the way, as you go along your merry way saying, I'm going to achieve and make $1 million, that you're building it on top of a foundation of trauma. And you end up with, hello, Donald Trump. Sorry, but that's just what it is.
Yep.
You have to do the work, the good work, before you get into the manifesting the things you want and the bringing it out into the real world. So even if you just do step 3, right? And you've gotten to a place where you find out what you want and now you have this joy. You can hold on to this joy. It's amazing. You feel good. Like, what are you supposed to do after that, right? And the thing is that you have to start taking steps. Now, most like coaching courses will start here. It's about committing. It's about embodying, right? It's about becoming the thing that you want to move forward and become in the world. But we're coming from a standpoint of like trauma healing, find your joy, and now bring your joy into the world. It's more authentic, and I really do feel like it's going to stand the test of time. Your joy, it's not going to be a fleeting moment. A lot of people like psych themselves up into like being the person that they want to be, but this requires zero psych. This is authentic and easy. It's easy.
So this involves like,
Hold on. Let me grab them by their collar. It's easy. Just do it. My neighbors hate me.
This also involves commitment to big changes to help you maintain your sacred joy, right? And also mantras that maintain your joy and empower you. Meditations to stay in alignment. So these are all things that like, if you have done all 3 of these steps and you are in your day to day, the embodiment is like, this is the person that I always knew that I could be, right? The version of you that you are like, who do I want to be? Embody that person now that you've like done all this work.
And if there's a little piece in you that believes that like you don't have the confidence to become that, that's literally what mantras do. Mantras reprogram.
Mantras, baby.
Mantras reprogram so that you can have faith in yourself. So, part of Lauren's course is like learning how to make mantras, the mantra that's right for you. But also we're going to do a little mini episode on this in the coming weeks on, we made a manifestation program as well.
a formula for manifesting.
And it's easy and it doesn't require a lot of,
it doesn't require you to like,
to psych yourself up.
Yeah, just keep psyching yourself up.
Yeah,
like there's like a deep belief and repetition that is literally just keep repeating the thing and until it becomes a belief.
The thing that never settled right for me was the like lying to yourself, the dishonesty of saying that you have something you don't. But there's a reason for it. Then there's a way to make it make sense to you still. So there's no like cognitive dissonance on your manifestation, what you want. But it's all right. It's written in the program.
Oh, no.
Well, who's this guy?
I don't know. This guy lives in the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian?
I've heard it a couple different ways. If there's 2 things I know, it's that you have to believe in yourself to manifest, and also do not whistle at night. They will come for you.
Step 5, guide other people.
Guys.
Share this method, right? Share the method. It like you guys have been on this journey with us. If this is the first time you've heard us, then hi and welcome.
Hey, weird start. Yeah, sure. Hey, episode 100. Let's start there. You know what? Do it. Start at number 100.
But like we've heard from many of you over the last 2.5 years, and we know there's a lot of practitioners out there. There's a lot of psychics. There's a lot of healers. Y'all are impressive.
Impressive.
You are all incredible. And like, just honing your abilities all the time and telling us like how much, they've expanded and stuff, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And use this method to go tell somebody else, hey, I learned this healing method. Can I tell you about it?
Yeah. I mean, the healing and like wellness world and the spiritual world in general, if you flip through the socials, man, it gets complicated fast, right? The reason that we made this specific formula is so that like this is what we've distilled, right? It does not require you to listen to everything we say. You do it the way you want to do it. But this seems to be the quickest way to get it done, right? And in America, I like two things. In America, I like my coffee black. I like my steak red. And I like my healing quickly. That's 3.
That's 3. This man is lost.
I can't find my way home.
I want to throw some sticks. That'll help me get there.
Where my jacks at? They were in my back pocket.
Guys,
God. We're fine.
We're fine. Everything is fine. I just, as we close out this episode, I just want to say that this has been really fun to get to episode 100. Like, I feel very grateful and blessed. Do we say blessed around here?
Sure do.
Sure do. That we've been allowed to publicly talk about all of this stuff, the healing, the trauma, the crying on mom's end.
And the new crying on dad's end.
And also just being let into some of your lives. And I mean, I feel like some of our listeners are friends too. Like,
oh, for sure.
Keep reaching out also. This is not the end.
If you've talked to us, like, I don't know if you know this, but you're my friend, dude. They know. They'll be like, hi. Yeah. And
I'm so happy to hear from you.
If you haven't talked to us, reach out, dude.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you. It doesn't matter if you just send us an email or whatever. It's so fun to hear. Like our last episode got a ton of comments. A ton for us, but every single comment, Lauren's like, someone made another comment. We're reading it together and just sitting here, just so grateful that anyone is reaching out and that, I don't know, any of this is meaningful at all for any of you.
Yeah.
It's so cool and encouraging. And
this has literally changed our lives because we've grown and learned so much every week from interviewing people and doing the work. And part of that is like hearing from you guys too. Like it's really changed our lives.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I wrote a thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, this is what you guys needed. This isn't the end of Clairvoyaging. It's the end of how it began, but the start of a new beginning, starting with the end of the old beginning, which starts now.
Wow. Hearts and stars.
Hearts and stars, dudes. Peace. Thank you for listening. Visit clairvoyaging.com for merchandise or to access free resources to help you on your spiritual journey. Subscribe to our Patreon for more content or join for free to chat with us. Clairvoyaging is a fiscally sponsored project of Fractured Atlas, a 501c3 charity. Make a tax-deductible donation to support our mission to foster understanding, respect, and curiosity for diverse spiritual belief systems. Clairvoyaging is a production of Wayfeather Media.